Numbers keep growing. Today, 2 more victims added to Chicago's carjacking crisis, and police say the crimes are connected. Our Tara Molina has been tracking and investigating the more than 1,200 carjackings this year so far. Tara, one of today's carjackings happened in a neighborhood that keeps getting hit.
Brad, it sure did. The Wicker Park and Bucktown area, the first of the 2 connected carjackings happened right here early this morning. And now heading into this evening, a community group says they are so fed up with this and people are so scared, some don't even want to leave their homes.
You have to digest that. Breathe that in. Put yourself in that person's shoes. Okay? You don't want to leave the house because the people you spent a year coddling, cajoling, and protesting for and excoriating everyone else for imaginary offenses against. Because let's be real, all the stuff that these pasty liberals said was being done to Sun men and Sun women last year, it was all imaginary. None of it was happening. The only thing that was happening was what they do to each other. So you're shut in the house, and it's the people who you were on Twitter chasing people because anybody said anything. Some country music star didn't word something correctly. Some Republican politician didn't exactly nail their statement 100% in PC terms. And yeah, right. You're the type of person that we need to. And I think you guys underestimate that. These pasty liberals on Twitter attacking people left and right. They're disowning people. They disown family members over Donald Trump. Lifelong friends over Donald Trump. The racist. Over their opinion about the Floyd situation. If you were a glacier glider and you said, well, why didn't he just... And that was it. You're cut off. About the Rayshard Brooks situation, well, why did he take their taser and shoot him with... You're cut off. And they would get online and brag about cutting you off. Even nobody asked them about it. Nobody knows who you are. And now the same people that they did all of that for, protesting, screaming at cops, and demanding change, those same people, because that's what you have to understand. It's those same people that have them shut in the house where they afraid to go outside. Wow.
Brad, it sure did. The Wicker Park and Bucktown area, the first of the 2 connected carjackings happened right here early this morning. And now heading into this evening, a community group says they are so fed up with this and people are so scared, some don't even want to leave their homes.
Our community is under siege.
Steve Jensen says people have had it. He represents the Bucktown Community Organization.
How many more people in this community have to be shot, traumatized, and scared out of their wits before substantial change is made?
With another carjacking here early Friday on West Churchill Street, police say 3 men put a gun to a driver's neck and took off with their car, their cell phone, and wallet. The same group hit again just hours later a few miles away, where the same thing played out all over again on North Lockwood Avenue in Cragen. Police say the three men are in a white Chevy Equinox with a Florida license plate. These two carjackings bring Chicago's total to 1,208 this year, the city averaging more than 3 a day, with the Bucktown and Wicker Park area just hit at 35 this year, more than double the 15 reported in 2020. With fear and frustration at a boiling point, residents just voiced concerns at a community meeting on carjackings days ago. Now,
people are staying in the house. The last 3 weeks, the level of fear in this neighborhood has peaked.
And now these people have put themselves in a box to where they can't say who's doing this, and they have to be muted. Think about this. This guy, Pasty liberal, May of 2020. It's incensed, out of control. Oh my God, I've never seen anything. Opinionated op-ed, unsolicited opinions. I'm telling you how I feel about what happened in Minneapolis. This, they gotta maneuver about this. They can't just tell you what they really think. And that's scary. Because you want to know what people think. And they force themselves into a place where they can't tell people. It's not like with the conservatives, where the mainstream media and, you know, the whole zeitgeist and Hollywood and political correction, cancel culture has forced them to mute themselves and censor themselves. These people have censored themselves with their past actions and their footprint online and their footprint with their statements and their footprint with their public protest and their everything they did over the last year. They have to be silent, and they have to talk about this in a very, 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 very careful way. And we know these people have the ability to be crazy and loud and scream and be out of control and emotional and put their foot down and yell from the highest mountaintop and make signs. And we know these people have that ability. That's what I'm trying to get you to understand. These people have the ability to go downtown to the police station and run the police out of the station. They have the ability to shut down the highway. They have the ability to protest for 100 nights in a row and destroy property, private and federal and state property. And now they can't even tell you what's happening. They got to talk very, very coded and carefully.
People are staying in the house. The last 3 weeks, the level of fear in this neighborhood has peaked.
telling me whatever is in place is not working.
And a cop can't be on every corner or in every alley to catch a carjacking in action.
And this neighborhood is calling on the city to come together and try something else.
There's a reason why these kids aren't doing bank robberies. They know that there are severe consequences in that realm.
Now, at that community meeting here earlier this week addressing the carjacking issue, Chicago police assured residents that they're upping patrols here specifically to address this and combat this. Steve says he's seen cops in his neighborhood, but others we've checked in with say they've noticed no difference.
Out of the carjacking crisis in Chicago, we've learned new information on the carjacking of this vehicle in Bucktown. Our Tara Molina tracked the specific case from the beginning. We wanted to monitor how the case like this proceeds. Tara joins us now. She now knows. Tara, you're in touch with the victim. She isn't happy with the latest development.
Brad, to say the least, the one suspect arrested and charged in her case, there were 3 that surrounded her that day and 2 found in her stolen car, was just taken off of electronic monitoring despite the state's attorney's ask.
What did I tell you? An ankle monitor and a 2023 trial date is the most you'll get. It may get thrown out. It may get dismissed. No papered. They may not catch the people. It's a litany thing that can happen. But if they catch the guy, the most you can get is an ankle monitor and a 2023 trial date. And now it's getting worse.
Brad, to say the least, the one suspect arrested and charged in her case, there were 3 that surrounded her that day and 2 found in her stolen car, was just taken off of electronic monitoring despite the state's attorney's ask. It's really frightening. I don't feel safe.
Now let's just stop right here. If you are in this sector of YouTube, what they call the sun sector, it's consensus across the board, unquestioned. I mean, you say this and there's no argument. And you saw this a few weeks ago with Gabby Petito. If a glacier glider woman, they're the most protected group in the country. If anything happens to them, the whole United States apparatus, from the FBI to the CIA to the Secret Service to the Green Berets to the Navy SEALs, is going to come to her rescue and swoop in and eradicate whatever's danger in her. And that's just the consensus. No one question. You say that in a group of educated PhD, traveled, seasoned Sun people. And that's how, word, yeah. And in every democratically run city, glacier glider women sound just like this.
It's really frightening. I don't feel safe. Still doesn't feel safe. Standing in her Bucktown neighborhood just shy of 2 months since she was surrounded at gunpoint in her garage in the middle of a sunny afternoon, Mar, still only comfortable using her first name, told me she's scared and disappointed. Now there's the whole crew that was not caught. One teenager, a 15-year-old, arrested and charged in connection to her case, found driving her stolen car just over 24 hours after she was carjacked. The person with the 15-year-old when he was arrested ran away. Charged with possession of a stolen motor vehicle, the teen is with family now, but he's no longer on electronic monitoring, despite the state's attorney's office's ask. This thief who...
She wanted to say more than thief. And I'm not saying that she wanted to call him a racial term. But they've boxed themselves in so much that they can't even say like thug or this a-hole or this idiot. Just pick one. Some harsh language. This demon seed, even though they call themselves demons, but she can't. A thief? A thief is somebody that goes into the corner store and walks out with a candy bar. A thief is like a pickpocket or something. This is somebody puts a gun to your head, demands your car. And roughs you up while they're doing it. It's not a thief, but she can't say it.
This thief who was caught
caught in my stolen car, which was then destroyed, is now completely free until the next status hearing. Just incredibly upsetting.
With the spike in crime, we wanted to know how standard that is. I asked the state's attorney's office, who again recommended that teens stay on monitoring. They got back to me with a statement saying when they make a recommendation, it's based on facts and evidence, and they will continue to hold those driving violence accountable.
We're seeing something unusual happen right now.
People in Bucktown are looking for more. With a big turnout for the community meeting on Carjackings Tuesday night, the rising numbers back up their frustration, with 34 carjackings here this year, compared to 15 during the same time frame in 2020.
Everyone in the community feels like there is not enough police presence.
Now, in the community meeting here last night, police said they have upped patrols here in response to this rise in carjackings. You just heard from Mar. She says she has not seen that yet, neither of her neighbors, but they hope to soon. Now, there is another hearing on this case that we continue to track at the end of next month. We'll continue to bring you the very latest, but as far as the state's attorney's office goes, you can read their full statement on all of this and the continued rise in crimes in this story on our website right now. Reporting live in Bucktown, I'm Tara Molina, CBS 2 News. Brad?